Guys, come on, CNN. You can do a better job of this. I've got words for you. CNN's Clarissa Ward frees Syrian prisoner left to die in windowless cell. Moving footage shows Syrian civilian emerging to the light for the first time in 3 months. No, it doesn't. You ain't playing no games with me, dude. CNN is being accused of staging this. Now, I'm not saying that because I don't know. It could just be that Clarissa Ward is dumb as a box of rocks and just believes whatever she's told by the people that surround her. The story is, now that the Assad regime has collapsed, this journalist, Clarissa Ward, was going to look for an American journalist and stumbled upon his prison, where they found a man who had been left to die, not seeing the sun for months and not having any food or water for days. Surprisingly, he springs up like a spring chicken, doo-doo-doo, after gunshots were going off, walks outside and looks right at the sky. Are you kidding me? My friends, look. Okay, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it's all about. I can certainly tell you they're not being completely honest. And this is why people don't watch CNN anymore. It's why the network is failing. Dude. Okay, right. Let me just say it this way. The headline will travel far and wide, and that's their goal. It will impact lots of people. They will outright believe it. And I am not saying that CNN did anything untoward. I'm saying maybe they're dumb. But I'm going to play the footage for you. Let's review it ourselves. And then you can give me your thoughts. Basically, every single comment, even from liberals, they're like, if he hadn't seen the sky in 3 months, how is he just wide-eyed and staring at it? Bro, I have trouble looking at the ground after it snows. It's so bright. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but they're really bright days. You wake up in the morning, you open the blinds, and you're like, my eyes. You don't walk outside and go, so let me stare at the sun. That's easy to do. Not to mention, I have been dehydrated where I didn't even know I was dehydrated. I told this story because it's from like last year. When snowboarding, it was moderately high altitude. I wasn't drinking enough and I didn't even realize I was dehydrated. And so the next couple of days, I was feeling groggy, brain fog, sick, got dizzy, and I was like, something is wrong. And I was worried. So we went to a doctor and they were like, bro, you got to drink Gatorade. Not the sugary whatever, but you need electrolytes. And I was like, I'd been drinking water. I had been eating like normal and I just was feeling sicker. And they were just like, we'll give you an IV drip. You'll be fine. And I was like, wow, is that all? It is remarkable to me, especially considering I have gone into dehydration through exercise. And it's like, man, you are struggling to get up. You're shaking. Let's play this video and let's talk about what people are currently saying. First, here's a story from therap.com. CNN's Clarissa Ward captured the incredible moment when a Syrian prisoner who had been held in a windowless cell for 3 months and abandoned to die 4 days prior was found and freed by her team. Bro, you don't sit in a dark cell for 4 days without food or water and then just be like, oh, here I am. In nearly 20 years as a journalist, this is one of the most extraordinary moments I have witnessed, Ward wrote on social media of the prisoner's reaction. My God, there is light, the man says to Ward and a soldier who shot the lock off his state prison cell and let him out to safety. He then hugs and kisses Ward, telling her, stay with me, over and over, gripping her arm. I just want to stress this. I'm not a gun expert by any stretch, but I'm certainly not I'm not your average American when it comes to guns. I have very, very many, and I know a little bit more than the average person, but you say a little bit. Now, I've talked to many people, and they say you can't shoot locks off. It's not a thing. That's a movie thing. If you're in a closed space and you fire a rifle at a lock, that bullet is going somewhere. Remember we just saw that journalist who got shot in the arm? He got hit by fragmentation because they were firing a rifle at 15 feet at steel targets. You want to tell me that they stood point blank in a closed cell and shot a lock and it opened? And nobody got hurt? I mean, fine, I guess. It's possible. I don't know. Seems dumb at the very least. But I'll give them that. Being stupid and doing something that might work and then everyone was safe. These things happen. I saw a guy skydive with no parachute. Not kidding. He jumped out with no parachute and then other skydivers caught him and he held onto them. And that's risky and seems like you might die, but they knew what they were doing. Anyway, let's read more. Stay with me. He hugs and kisses Ward, saying, stay with me. When they first find the man in the locked cell, he is hiding under a blanket. After several moments of standing breathlessly still, he is provoked to show himself by the soldier and quickly puts his hands up, imploring them not to shoot. I'm a civilian, he says, via translator. Once he learns that Ward was not there to hurt him, he takes her arm with both hands, refusing to let go. Visibly moved, she gives him a bottle of water, saying, you're okay, you're okay. Oh no! Did they have? This is the full video.
Our world leaders, Syria's new rebel leaders say they will not pardon Assad regime officials who tortured and killed prisoners during the decades of his brutal reign. CNN's Clarissa Ward went to a Syrian prison to find someone still locked in a cell with no idea that Assad's regime had fallen.
Deep in the belly of the regime's Air Force intelligence headquarters,
These are English letters.
we are hoping to find traces of Austin Tice, an American journalist held captive in Syria since 2012. It's one of many secret prisons across the city. This specific branch was tasked with surveillance, arrest, and killing of all regime critics.
These are all cleaned out.
We don't find any hints of Tice, but come across something extraordinary.
I can't tell though, it might just be a blanket, but it's the only cell that's locked.
Is he gonna shoot it?
The guard makes us turn the camera off while he shoots the lock off the cell door.
Why? Why does it make you turn the camera off when he shoots the lock off the cell door? That doesn't make any sense. He's letting you film literally everything. There's no sound of the gunshot, which is very strange. And if you noticed early on at the beginning of this, you can see the kind of latches that they have on the door. Now, don't ask me. You can see the latch here. There's probably some kind of lock mechanism. I don't know. Maybe you can shoot it off. I leave that one to you guys in the comments for those that are familiar with guns or whatever. But let's jump back and let's play a little. We'll play.
Door. We go in to get a closer look. It's still not clear if there is something under the blanket.
Oh, it moved. Is there someone there? I thought I saw it move. Is someone there? Or is it just a blanket? I don't know.
I think it's someone.
Hello?
Okay, it's just goes.
Yeah. It's open.
I can't help but notice after several days his clothes look clean. But hey, far be it from me. I'm not an expert. Now let's pause and do an assessment. Right away, I got to say, before we go even deeper in this, it doesn't seem very real. I mean, that's just me. I'm not saying, again, CNN did anything untoward. Maybe they're just really dumb. They turn the camera off. They shoot the lock off. You mean to tell me a guy who was locked inside a cell for months, the door literally a couple feet from him just got shot by a rifle? What is it, an AK? Probably not. I don't know. I'm not a gun guy. Maybe it was an AK. But they shoot the lock feet away. Have y'all ever been to a range? That dude would be going, my ears. He'd probably be standing up in the corner going like this with his hands up. Maybe I'm just wrong. I don't know.
I'm a civilian, he says. I'm a civilian.
Why did Clarissa Ward walk into a Syrian jail cell saying, hello, is anyone there? Does she expect to find people who speak English? I guess. She only really cares about the American journalist, Austin Tice, and she assumed he would respond to English. Perhaps it would have made sense, though, to speak in, I don't know, Arabic or, whatever language the individual might be speaking. Oh, wow, he gets up with relative ease. I'd like to ask any doctors or nurses who are watching this to comment about someone who hasn't had any food or water for 5 days and if they're capable of doing such a thing, standing up as they are. Let's watch more.
He tells the fighter he's from the city of Homs and has been in the cell for 3 months.
Okay, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
He clutches my arm tightly with both hands.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't believe it.
Water. My. Okay, it's water. It's water. Okay.
It really does seem like they just said, this is how someone must ask when they're dehydrated. But wait till you see the part where he goes outside.
You're okay. You're okay.
We start to walk him outside. Thank God you are safe. Don't be afraid, the fighter says. You are free.
His jacket looks relatively clean after several months. Guys, He's been locked up for months. Let's just go back to the rap real quick. Here's the official reporting. Let's see. Abandoned to die. What did they say? 3 months in a windowless cell. Man, his clothes look clean after 3 months.
This is the third prison they brought me to, he says. The third prison. After 3 months in a windowless cell, he can finally see the sky.
Okay, I'm going to pause you right there. He's staring straight up at a bright blue sky in Syria. Okay, look, again, I'll tell you why I'm skeptical. I'm not going to pretend to know, but let's just assess the evidence. On a bright and snowy day, when snow is littered all across the ground and it's a little iced over and it's very bright, it hurts your eyes. At least mine. I don't know, maybe not you. On a bright and sunny day, we sell sunglasses to people because even after they have been living a normal life and we're inside their house, the sun is bright and they're squinting. After 3 months of not seeing sunlight, dude, my eyes hurt after I go to bed and someone turns the lights on abruptly. That's why when I wake up in the morning, I say, Alison, can I turn a light on? And she'll be like, yeah, and you cover your eyes. This guy just walks out and looks straight up at the sky. I don't buy it for a second.
My God, the light, he says. Oh God, there is light. My God, there is light.
Oh, so cringe. I just don't buy it. I hate the media.
You're okay.
Stay with me, stay with me, he repeats again and again.
You know, a few ideas, maybe it's real. Maybe it's all real. Maybe the guy's just blind. I don't know. Maybe his eyes are no good. Maybe he was in that cell for so long, he's just like, you can't see anything as it is. Maybe he's just very strong and hydrated and was retaining his moisture somehow. Whatever. I don't know. It's possible that the Syrians basically staged this. Go away and turn your camera off. We're going to shoot the door open. And then they had the guy go in and act like he was there. And CNN's just like, we'll take it. We don't know. Maybe Clarissa Ward is just very dumb and just believed this prop event, and they reported it uncritically.
For 3 months, I didn't know anything about my family, he says. I didn't hear anything about my children. The fighter hands him something to eat. He barely lifted to his mouth.
What are you talking about? He just stood up and was walking around. All right, let's play this again. Let's go back to when they first discover the man. And he stands right up. Look at this. Watch this. He's sitting there. Look at this.
I'm a civilian, he says. I'm a civilian.
He stands right up quickly and with ease.
He tells the fighter he's from the city of Homs and has been...
And then when they're bringing him out...
Thank God you are safe. Don't be afraid, the fighter says.
They're not carrying him. He's walking.
In the fall of Damascus.
But now he's shaking.
Leaving him with no food or water. That was at least 4 days ago.
He had no water for 4 days? I mean, you could die with water in less time. Without water in less time, sorry.
I'm shaking. My face is shaking, he says. The rebel tells him there's no more army, no more prisons, no more check.
I wonder what the comment section says. Can you imagine waking up in the position to a CNN news lady waking up telling you the war is over in a crazy world? Yeah, this is what Putin and Assad offer the world. I am crying as I watch this, the horror the man had to endure. Let's sort by newest comments. Well done, CNN. For the moment, fake news media had a pang of conscience. Tears. But he's so clean. How? Same what Israel is doing to Palestinians. Such is life. Prayers. Come on, too fake. For 3 months in prison, he looks well-fed and his nails are too clean and well-trimmed. 3 months in prison. Yo, my nails get long after a week. Watch it again, this time imagining it's fake. Once you see it that way, it's impossible to unsee. The whole thing feels so staged. When you're so irrelevant, you have to create stories sad. Seems mixed. Ha 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 ha, this is so fake, holy-ish. As much as I want this to be a true story, it feels kind of staged. Indeed. I'm sorry, but the acting is so unconvincing. He doesn't look like he's been locked up for 3 months. Look at his nails. They're so short. They look like he just cut them not even 24 hours ago. It's another one of CNN's movies. CNN, you're not even trying. You really think people are this stupid? Well, let's jump over to X. We've got this from Lauren Cohn of CNN playing the clip. And the comments. Wall Street Mav says, this is why nobody takes your network seriously. Fake and staged. Hodge Twin says, this is so fake. And Lydia, Sarpatch Lid says, at community notes. I'm going to put an accusation of it being fake. Want to see this shown at the Tulsi Gabbard confirmation hearing so we can hear her say in her own voice how much it sucks this guy was liberated? Yeah, you know. Lights, camera, action. He forgot for a moment this isn't a romantic scene. Ha. You don't find it odd that he was the only one left behind is just chilling there after days with no food and water behind a locked door? Here's another clip someone posted. Reminder when Clarissa Ward pretended to be under attack live on CNN. And there she is lying on the ground. This is the fakest thing I've ever seen. Here's one user. Everyone thinks it's fake. I've watched the whole video where they took him outside and tried to give him food, which he vomited. The emotional shock and stress had him shaking with rigors, uncontrollable, seemed sincere. And his uncertainty getting into an ambulance, he had always been blindfolded when transported between prisons in the past. He was still afraid. I think sometimes you become too cynical. Sometimes things really are as they seem. We found a CNN viewer. Nope, never watch it. Or I'm MSNBC. I'm a Republican and conservative. Yeah. You're also an account with no photo and 57 followers. So we'll see. Now, maybe. Here's more.
Are you serious, he says? Syria harra. Syria is free, he tells him. It's the first time he has heard those words.
I mean, I got to be honest. The guy's well fed for 3 months in a prison. I'm not kidding. Like, let's assume it's all true and he was locked in a prison for 3 months. He is well fed and what's the right word? Kept clean.
He tells us his name is Adil Khurbal, and that officers from the much-feared Mukhabarat intelligence services took him from his home and began interrogating him about his phone. They brought me here to Damascus. They asked me about names of terrorists, he says. Did they hit you, the fighter asks? Yes, he says. As a paramedic arrives, the shock sets in. There's nothing. Everything's okay. The Red Crescent is coming to help you, this man assures him. You are safe. Don't be afraid anymore. Everything you are afraid of is gone. Tens of
They're
thousands
doing this thing where they're like holding his arms as they walk with him, but he's standing up of his own volition quite easily.
Syrians have disappeared.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't care, whatever.
Prisons.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Up until 15 minutes ago, Adil Khurbal was one of them. He is still petrified.
Sure he is. And we have this one from CNN International PR, Syria is free. Let's see the comments on this one. Kim Iverson says, how do we know this isn't Clarissa Ward helping free a member of Al-Qaeda who wants to enact Sharia law on women like her? That's also a good point. I'm so happy he's free. Tell me something. Is she an actress or a TV reporter? Why does this seem kind of staged? Why are his nails trimmed after 3 months in isolation? Why is he the only prisoner left 5 days after the prison was freed? For someone seeing the sun for the first time in months, this is not how they act. Light would hurt their eyes, especially if they had been confined in complete darkness. Man, at least pay to have better actors. Did he graduate from Gal Gadot Academy? Ha! The jokes. After 3 months in total darkness, your eyes become highly sensitive to light. It takes 2 to 7 days to comfortably open your eyes with gradual exposure and a few weeks for full adjustment. Good camera work, good editing, good scene selection, but well staged with bad acting. I'd give it a 3 out of 10. Try harder and next time find someone who has at least signs of being in prison. I've seen better acting on Coronation Street. Ha. This looks staged. I keep seeing MSM celebrate releasing people thing, which automatically makes me suspicious. Why were they in prison to begin with? I think there's a fair question that assuming this is a real release, there's a reason why this guy would have been left behind. That's it. That being said, I'm sorry, man. I just can't believe it. 5 days with no food or water. That's death level dehydration. Let's how many days without, well, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to pull up ChatGPT and we'll do this in real time. And I'll type this in. Okay. Describe symptoms of dehydration day by day with no water. Oh, I got a typo in there. Let's see what it says. Okay, and again, I'll give it to him. Maybe it's real. Dehydration progress rapidly if you completely stop consuming water. Below is a general timeline of symptoms that might occur, keeping in mind that severity can vary depending on factors such as temperature, activity level, and individual health. Day 1, 24 hours without water. Mild symptoms: dry mouth and thirst, decreased urine output, fatigue and tiredness, headache and lightheadedness, mild dizziness. Day 2, increased headache and dizziness, extreme fatigue, dry skin and eyes, difficulty producing tears, markedly reduced urine output, cramping in muscles due to electrolyte imbalance, irritability, and confusion. Day 3, severe dizziness and confusion, mental clarity diminishes, blood pressure drops, heart rate increases to compensate, sunken eyes and wrinkled skin, extremely reduced or no urine output, potential swelling of the brain due to electrolyte imbalances, risk of organ damage begins to increase, particularly in the kidneys. Day 4 through 5, they describe as critical dehydration. Severe lethargy or unconsciousness. Multi-organ failure likely begins, particularly in kidneys and liver. Severe electrolyte imbalances leading to cardiac arrhythmias, possible seizures or coma. I'm sorry, I'm not going to believe this. You can say he had no water for 5 days after what we just saw. The dude's skin looked fine. Day 6, life-threatening stage. Death is likely without intervention due to complete organ failure, most often from kidney failure or heart arrhythmia. Let's try this. By day 5, could someone stand and walk of their own volition? I like that word, volition. By day 5 without water, it's highly unlikely that someone could stand and walk unassisted, especially if dehydration is severe. Extreme weakness, dizziness and fainting, cognitive impairment, confusion and disorientation, multi-organ impact. You don't need ChatGPT to tell you this stuff. Sorry, CNN. You're going to need to try a little better to convince us that this guy whose skin looks very healthy and hydrated, I could be wrong. I'll say it again. I'm just not going to buy it. It's no wonder everyone on the internet thinks you faked it. I'll leave it there. We got more segments coming up. Smash the like button. Share the show with everyone you know. Stick around. Next segment is coming up in about an hour. Follow me on X and Instagram at Timcast and share the show with everyone you know. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all soon.